For example, one of my semi-long-term goals is to get this channel to 10,000 subscribers. Now, if I remind myself of that first thing in the morning, then throughout the day, it is more likely that I will make decisions and actions that serve that goal. Hey everyone, my name is Brian and welcome back to In The Game. Thank you so much for being here for another one of our videos. Now in this video, I'm going to talk about my morning routine. And just to clarify, I'm not talking about a beauty or skincare routine in the morning. My morning routine is a series of short activities that I perform in the morning, which helps me ensure that I am productive and focused and on purpose for the rest of the day. In other words, it helps me get in the game as early as I can and stay in the game until the end of the day. There is a saying, I just can't remember where I heard it from or who I heard it from, but it says, take control of your morning so that you can take control of your day. Now, one of the advantages of having a morning routine is that you are actually doing what you yourself set to do instead of being reactive. Another great thing about a morning routine is that you can customize it the way you want. Like you can choose the activities that you want to put in your routine based on what you want to achieve. Like, do you want to raise your energy? Do you want to get an organized mindset? Do you want to manage your mental or emotional state? Then you can research the things that you need to do in the morning and then put them together to create your own routine. Now in this video, I'm just gonna share my own thing with you, my own morning routine, and this may or may not work for you, but if you're curious about creating your own morning routine, then I do encourage you to watch this video. And finally guys, before we get into it, if you haven't yet, please subscribe to this channel. I'm actually in the middle of a 30-day body transformation challenge where one of my rules is actually to develop a morning routine. So this video is kind of the follow-up to that. Please subscribe to this channel if you want to see how it turns out at the end of 30 days. Also, if you want to watch that video, I'm going to put a link in the description, but don't watch it now. Just stay on this video in the meantime, and then later on, if you still have time or if you want to do so, please watch that video in the link below. Look at that sunset, guys. I wish I could see it closer, but that's the bay right over there. Absolutely beautiful. Alright guys, the first step in my morning routine is to get up right away and organize my bed. Now, I know that this step sounds super simple, but stay with me here because there are small parts of this step that are really crucial, which I want to explain to you. And the first among those is the phrase right away. Now, to me, this is super important because in my experience, it's kind of problematic when you are already awake and you just stay in your bed. Number one, sometimes you tend to sleep again, which most of the time you don't really mean to do so. And number two, I think this is worse. When you have your phone somewhere near you, you tend to pick it up and access social media. Now, sometimes we think, okay, let me just check that one notification on Instagram, and then it never really ends there, and we know that. I know that some of you can relate to this. So we check Instagram, we scroll, oh, and I guess we gotta check Facebook now, so we scroll on Facebook again, and before we know it, we already spent like 20 to 25 minutes of our precious morning time lying in bed and, checking out pictures and videos that most likely don't really help the purpose that we have for that day. So for me, it's super important that when I'm already awake, I don't spend too much time just lying in bed. The second part of this step one is organizing my bed. Now, there's already a lot of research about how this very simple act helps us in a huge way. Now, for me personally, I feel like when I organize my bed, I am starting my morning as a disciplined and organized person rather than somebody who leaves a mess first thing in the morning that needs to be fixed later on by most likely myself anyways. And that's a really huge difference in identity. Starting your day as a disciplined person or starting your day as somebody who leaves a mess in bed. So guys, time for the second step in my morning routine, and that is to write my goals down. Now, I'm not talking about a to-do list here. I'm talking about writing down my 1 year, 5 year, and 10-year goals. I learned this activity from a couple of people that I follow online. I also read their books. If I know my goals and I am reminded of it every day, especially first thing in the morning, then I am more likely to make decisions through the rest of the day that serve those goals, those 1 year, 5 year, and 10-year goals. Now, some people might say, well, they are my goals. I can just write them one time and I'll remember them. They are my own goals. But believe me, guys, people get distracted all the time. People forget all the time. For example, one of my semi-long-term goals is to get this channel to 10,000 subscribers. Now, if I remind myself of that first thing in the morning, then throughout the day, it is more likely that I will make decisions and actions that serve that goal. Like, okay, what are things that I can do today so that I can help my channel get to 10,000 subscribers in the long term? Instead of doing stuff like playing video games, I mean, that's okay, right? But don't play video games for too long because that doesn't serve your goal. Now, the physical act of writing the goals down is a more solid reminder of our goals than just remembering them from time to time, or thinking about them whenever we remember them or whatever. Now, if we remind ourselves of our important goals every single morning, and I think it really helps if we write it down because that's a more solid reminder, then we are more likely to serve those goals rather than do other stuff and waste our times in things that don't really have anything to do with the goals. Didn't even notice it's already dark, guys. Anyway, step number 3 here, it's super simple. It's to drink 2 glasses of water and take my vitamins. Now this one, again, it's super simple. We have to drink water after we wake up because we lose a lot of our water. We kind of get dehydrated when we sleep. Plus, I simply just included the vitamins in this step as part of the routine because I sometimes forget. That's pretty much it. Now everyone, if you're still watching this video, please, before we get to step 4, please click the like button below. It will really help me a lot and I would appreciate it so much if you could do that really small thing. That's gonna help this channel in a huge way, especially a channel that's just started. So please click that like button if it's not too much to ask. Thank you so much for doing that. Now on to step number 4, and it is to go into a low impact HIIT exercise routine. Now HIIT stands for high intensity interval training. It sounds kind of fancy, but it's actually super simple. What you do with HIIT is you alternate short time intervals of working out and resting. For example, say you want to work out for 5 minutes, then what you typically do is you choose a workout move and you do that for 45 seconds, and then you do a rest interval for 15 seconds. So that's already a total of 1 minute, right? And then you do your second exercise move for another 45 seconds and then rest again for 15 seconds. So that's 2 minutes. So you follow that pattern 5 times and now you have a 5-minute HIIT routine. Now we only choose low impact moves, meaning exercise moves that don't really leave a lot of strain in your muscles because number 1, it's still in the morning, and yeah, that's pretty much it. It's still in the morning, so low impact moves are better. Now I won't go into so much detail about HIIT in this video, but you can look it up in YouTube. There are lots of routines. That's what I did, so that you can get moves that you can incorporate into your own routine, or just follow whatever the other videos are suggesting. That's also fine if you can do it. Also, I almost forgot, what's great about HIIT is that after you're done, it still leaves an afterburn effect in your body, meaning your calorie burning process is accelerated throughout the day. So it's very good to do this in the morning. The last thing I want to say about step number 4 is that don't underestimate it. Yeah, it says low impact, but that's just because you are getting exercises that don't stress the muscles too much. However, this really activates your cardio. It really elevates your heart rate super high, and you will really break a sweat from HIIT workout if you're really doing it. So look it up. I suggest you try it out too. Last step, step number 5 in my morning routine is to take a cold shower. Now, if the exercise don't wake you up, then this will surely do that. Now, I know very well that it sounds uncomfortable to get into a cold shower in the morning, but for me, personally, that's the whole point, to be uncomfortable. Guys, in my experience, if I'm too comfortable in the morning, then I tend to be lazy. And to become super productive in the day, most of the things that we have to do are uncomfortable anyway. So it's super alright to do something uncomfortable in the morning, like exercising or doing a cold shower, so that you're already in that mindset that, hey, even if something is uncomfortable, I'm more than willing to do it. And personally, that helps me throughout the day if I have tasks that usually I want to procrastinate on, or that are just really a bit too hard to do or a bit uncomfortable to do. Then hey, in the morning I've already done some uncomfortable stuff, so I'm already in the game. I can do this. So that's it, everyone. That is my morning routine. If you notice, most of the steps in there are super simple. But let me share with you one final thing that I learned about this. It doesn't matter if the moves or the steps are super simple. What's more important is that we're actually doing it and we are following through. Imagine, even if you have a super sophisticated process, if we don't start and we don't do it consistently, then it's really just useless. So guys, what's more important, like I always say in my videos, is just get started, get in the game, and do it as consistent as we can. So guys, I have to go. If you like this video, please click the like button. If you watch this until the very end, then I'm pretty sure maybe you liked it. So please consider clicking the like button here. It's really gonna help me a lot. And if you also like these kinds of videos that are about self-improvement, there's a lot more coming up. There's a lot more things that I'm doing to myself to improve myself. And I want to share that to my audience. So if you want to be part of that, please click the subscribe button below and join this channel. Again guys, thank you so much for being here. My name is Brian. Get in the game.